Ahoy! My name is Melany. The Nintendo Wii is one of, if not my favorite game consoles of all time. I know it has a somewhat warranted negative reputation due to stuff like wacko motion controls and excess shovelware and piss poor online services and no HD support, and hey wait a minute, this console sucks. Despite all these faults though, the Wii has endless charm to be had. Some of the most consistently solid first-party lineups I've ever seen in a game system, alongside a few hidden gems of third-party games. But I feel like most people just write off the Wii as just the Wii Sports box and nothing more, and that's a total shame. Wii Sports is fantastic, but there's plenty of solid, not Wii Sports games out there. Hell, this console has a semi-decent selection of core, mature games like Mad World, No More Heroes, and hell, we even got games like Call of Duty and Manhunt 2 on the system. This is a super underrated game library. So today, I want to reminisce on 5 of my personal favorite Wii games. Now, just like my 3DS list, keep in mind this is all just my personal opinion. I can only put a game on the list if I have personally played and loved the game, and I have never played games like Mario Galaxy 2, Skyward Sword, the Xenoblade Chronicles, Sin and Punishment, none of that stuff. So if my choices look a little wacky, that's why. But please let me know in the comments what are your favorite Wii games. I'd love to hear them. With that being said, here we go, I guess. Number 5. Mario Kart Wii. This is a weird choice for me, as on its own, it's a solid Mario Kart game for me, but on its own, it likely would not have made the list. It's a pretty typical Mario Kart game with a few quirks that I'm not huge on. The item balancing is not my cup of tea. It's not infuriatingly terrible as some make it out to be, but it's not exactly fun in my eyes. Visually, I do not like how this game looks. There's such an obnoxious amount of bloom to the visuals, and the colors look super washed out. Like, it's not terrible, but come on, the GameCube is a slightly weaker console than this, and Mario Kart Double Dash looks leagues better than this game. The tracks and character rosters are pretty solid though, and being the first Mario Kart game with online support, I hear it's one of the few Wii games with actually good online support. But in terms of the base game, that's really all I have to say about it. It's fine, but not my thing. So why is it on the list? The modding scene for this game is nuts. CTGP brings back online support and adds a stupid amount of new race courses. Like, bro, what the hell? Not only that, but every other week I feel like I see people make new character mods for this game, and then God knows whoever to the game. There's so much to love about this game's modding scene. So this game makes the list, but only with its modding scene in tow. You may say this shouldn't count because I don't like the base game. The modding scene is really what makes the game good for me. But to that I say, this is my list. Ha 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 ha, screw you. Number 4. WarioWare Smooth Moves. Oh hell yeah, finally, a Wii game with sex appeal. I love the WarioWare games so much. I remember one of my first retro games I ever bought was a copy of WarioWare Twisted for GBA, and I adored that game so much as a kid. I recently played through the original WarioWare game on the NSO expansion pack service, and while I loved those two games, the Smooth Moves hits it out of the park. WarioWare Smooth Moves makes fantastic use of the Wii's motion control, and has just so much endless charm in every way. For the rare instance in which you have never played a WarioWare game, in these games you have to play a series of super quick bite-sized micro games, where most of the challenge comes from just trying to figure out what to do before the time runs out. The micro games are extremely quick and fast-paced, and they're thrown at you at great pace. They're also super duper quirky and out there and funny too. This isn't exactly a very in-depth or challenging game, but this is an excellent party game that works just as well as a single-player game. I am yet to play WarioWare Gold despite owning it, and I don't even own WarioWare Get Together, so I can't compare it to those two, but if you've never played a WarioWare game before, play this game or we can't be friends. Number 3. Wii Sports Resort. Oh yeah, I love this game. I may have just said that the Wii had more to offer than just Wii Sports, and that's right, because Wii Sports Resort is great and I love it so fucking much. You know what? This was totally earned. Expanding upon the quick and dirty pack-in title with just a stupid amount of minigames available, this game is still decently impressive today. I remember the table tennis game was a personal favorite for me. I love that game. I remember my brother figured out a trick to get the ball to hit me in the face. Swordplay was amazing, dude. Oh my god. Wakeboarding, archery, basketball, air sports. This game is so good. I definitely wish there was a little more going on here in terms of side modes and stuff, but I can forgive that pretty easily because this game is so fun. I tell you to go play this one, but given how well this game sold, there's a good chance that you already have. So in that case, I won't bore you for any longer about this game. Just know this game is fantastic and holds up still. Number 2. So I was on the fence going back and forth on which out of the 2 last games on this list should go where on the list. And quite frankly, it probably could have gone either way between these two games. It just mostly depends on how I feel about these games on any given day. But I do think, thinking things over, looking at things more objectively, that number 2 should go to Wii Party by a very small margin. And let me reiterate, a small margin. It could have gone either way. But that aside, wow, this game is fun. This game was developed by ND Cube, who would later develop the modern Mario Party games. Think Mario Party 9, 10, Super, and Superstars. 3 of those 4 being I'm willing to go out on a limb here and say that while I'm sure there's some serious talent at ND Cube, they're not exactly a great developer in my eyes, but Wii Party in my eyes hits it out of the park. The minigames, almost all of them are a blast. Very few of them are duds. Sure, some of them are very similar to some Mario Party minigames, but it's so easy to forgive in my eyes. And oh my god, there's such a cavalcade of game modes available. Board Game Island is a pretty fun time in my eyes, even if it's just Diet Mario Party objectively. Spin-off is a total chaotic blast, dude. Bingo in this game is weirdly a guilty pleasure for me, even though it's just literally bingo. Friend connection is such a fun concept. Oh my god, testing your compatibility with friends from questions in the minigame. On a whim, most recently, my friends and I tried buddy quiz, and that's really fun. It's kind of like friend connection, but with more people, and you have to guess other people's answers. It's really fun. And Spot the Sneak is literally just Among Us before Among Us, and I mean that in the best way. This is such an overlooked gem in the Wii library. This is the go-to for my brother and I. I love this game so much. I'm sure a lot of it is just nostalgia, but screw you, this is my list. Wii Party sold pretty well when the Wii was relevant, but it very sadly isn't remembered as fondly as Wii Sports or Wii Play. And that's a shame because I would argue this game runs circles around the rest of the Wii series. I'd very strongly suggest trying to track down a copy. However, this game is sadly one of those games where it's now stupidly expensive online these days. Oh well, if you can find a copy for cheap, you should absolutely play this one. And by a very small margin, mind you, the number 1 best game on Wii in my opinion is Super Mario Galaxy. Yeah, I suppose this isn't a huge surprise that this game made number 1. Believe me though, it could have very well been Wii Party, oh my god. Technically I am cheating a bit as I played this game, the Super Mario 3D All-Stars Collection on Switch. However, I'd argue that this game is better on Wii, and it initially launched on Wii too, so I'm gonna relegate this to just being a Wii game so I can put it on number 1 spot. In which it is definitely one of the best games on Wii. I played this game after playing Mario 64, 3D Land, and Odyssey, and while I love and respect each of those games so much, Galaxy reaches this lovely middle ground between open world sandbox Mario game and linear 3D flagpole levels. I think what helps is that despite the game being linear, Mario controls like he does in an open world game like Sunshine. Traveling to all these wacky out there galaxies and worlds is so unique to the Mario series, and it very lightly gives me Super Mario Odyssey vibes. The level design to this game is superb. While there were a few levels in this game that were pretty hard and took a while for me to beat, very few levels in this game failed to entertain me. Most of the game felt so fun. Visually, while there's a little more bloom than I'd like in this game looks really good. Also, I am obligated to mention the fantastic soundtrack to this game. This is the first Mario game to record a live orchestrated score, and wow does it pay off for this game. There are a few whatever elements for me in this game. Power-ups in this game are really forgettable for me, and while I am happy that this game has such an emotional backstory of Rosalina, I didn't really care for much of it. That said, I would love it if a future Mario game would attempt doing a little more of this in the future. I haven't 100% in this game, and quite frankly, I probably won't. I'm not into beating games 100% anyways, and getting all 120 stars in this game doesn't sound super appealing, let alone doing it twice. Jesus Christ, Luigi. I'm torn between thinking this game is better or worse than Mario Odyssey, and I've more recently played through this one, so part of me wants to just give to Galaxy as the best 3D Mario game in my eyes. But given how long it's been since I've beaten Mario Odyssey again, I'm gonna leave this as a draw between the two for now. Regardless, this is very much the number 1 best game on Wii. At least when I'm not thinking about Wii Party, that is. I stand by the Wii being a super underrated game system. I still enjoy booting up this console to this very day to play some Wii Sports Resort or Wii Party with friends, or Mario Kart Online with CTGP Revolution, and chances are I'll be enjoying this dumb little white box for years to come. But hey, these were all just my opinions. If there was a Wii game you grew up with that you thought was very notable and should have made this list, let me know in the comments. I'd love to read your comment about it. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. I hope you have a lovely day, and hopefully I may see you next time. Bye bye!